What is up guys, and welcome to another Red Dead Online video. Today I have got another location to show you which you can go to, and you can go to a bunch of different cougar locations, and that will in the end help you resupply your camp quickly. I did a video similar to this last week which was all the way over by Charlotte Springs, all the way in New Austin, and that was a very good location. This one is not as good as that location. I do highly recommend going to that one instead, but if for whatever reason maybe there are too many people over there, maybe you are having a problem relocating your camp, but it is currently within Blackwater, then instead you can go and use this method instead. This still does work, but it just doesn't seem as effective for me as the other one, but you might find out a bit different. With this one, we are setting up our camp within Blackwater, and with Blackwater, you probably already know this if you have been a fan of the channel for quite some time. Blackwater is by far one of my favorite places to go and spend my time within Red Dead Online. You're able to go and get a bunch of different free roam events. You've got a bunch of different types of animals, but the thing that I do like the most is the hunting area that you have in Tall Trees, and you're able to go and get 4 different cougar locations, and that is what we're going to be focusing on in this video. If you can go and get a perfect cougar and go and bring that back to your camp and go and donate that to Cribs, that supplies your camp with 16 materials. This is by far the best animal to go and donate to your camp because of how many materials you can go and get out of it. Now if you can find a bunch of different cougars and bring them back into your camp, you'll be able to go and resupply your camp very quickly, and that is exactly what we did in a previous video once we went to Charlotte Springs. This one we are going to be doing the same thing. There are 4 different cougar locations dotted around Blackwater and also Tall Trees. This is what you can now go and see on your map. In all 4 of these locations a cougar can spawn in, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be spawning in every single time. The most reliable cougar spawn is all the way over in this location here, and what makes this one even better is that you can go and get one of 3 different things. The first thing is that you can go and get a cougar spawn in here. The second thing is that you can go and get a bear spawn in here, and the third and final thing is that you can go and get a cougar and also a bear spawn in this location. So this is a very good location to go. But with any of these points, if a cougar does not spawn in, what I end up doing is just going all the way over to the very next cougar location and hope that a cougar spawns there. In a previous video that I did showing the Charlotte Springs location, a few people did ask whether or not you can go and use bait to go and attract these cougars, and yes, you can go and use predator bait to go and attract these cougars in, but sometimes it does go and attract other animals in, which isn't really a problem. It's just that you are trying to go and get cougars. So I leave that up to you guys of whether or not you're gonna go and spend money to go and get bait and then go and get a cougar, when sometimes you're not always gonna be able to go and get a cougar. I've had it where coyotes as well as foxes have just came in, and it's not really worth my time trying to hunt them down because they don't offer that much to the camp. Me personally, I will go to one of these cougar locations. If a cougar does not spawn in, I'm just gonna head off and go and spend my time going to the very next cougar location and hoping that a cougar will spawn in there. But it's entirely up to you of what you guys choose to go and do. The best thing to do with this route to increase the chances of a cougar spawning in is actually not to do it during the day, but instead do it at nighttime. At nighttime, it seems like the chances of a cougar spawning in has been increased massively to the point of where sometimes if you go through all 4 of these locations, you're able to go and get 2, maybe even 3 cougars just by going to them. And that is actually a massive increase with the amount of animal parts that you have within your camp. Another thing that I'm going to be leaving up to you guys is whether or not you go and use the hunting wagon to go and get these cougar carcasses. Me personally, I've been trying to level up the bonding of my horse to go and get to level 4 so I can go and get the max stat of whatever that horse is able to go and do. Right now I'm working on the Criollo, so that means I'm going to be going to locations, going to get 1 cougar, and then I'm going to be going to bring that back to the camp. But it's entirely up to you of whether or not you want to go and take the hunting wagon to all 4 different locations to see if you can go and get multiple cougars whilst doing this method. Either way you look at it, you have pros and cons to both sides. If you're going to be just using your horse, it means you can only get 1 cougar, but you will be able to go and do it a lot quicker. On the other hand, if you go and take the hunting wagon, you're not able to go and move as quickly. The handling's kind of difficult, but you're able to go and store multiple animals in the back, which means you do not have to go all the way back after every cougar location just to go and donate the stuff to the camp. So it's entirely up to you guys of what you want to go and do, but this way is still the way that I think is the best way to go and supply your camp. It's the quickest way. It's not as good as the previous method with the location at Charlotte Springs, but if you are having any problems with Charlotte Springs, maybe you just don't like the location, Blackwater will be a better location for you. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, but for now I'm going, so see ya.